Hang on just a second. We're playing with something used to. I guess we're going to come back over here and we're going to do this and we're going to do that. And that will bring us back to the normal size screen. Red Friday afternoon today because I was unable to do Red Friday. Some changes to Red Friday coming up next Friday, 17th of January. We will not have Bill Muckler with us any longer. Unfortunately, Bill has to take a step back and retire. I'm very sad to see him go. So we will be looking for people who want to join the Red Friday morning again. You can be people who watch with the Bull broadcast and join us from time to time. You can be someone who has thought about doing a broadcast and wants to go through Boogie with the Bull boot camp, which is usually we grab you and bring you on Monday and Wednesday at 10 a.m. with Randy Rhodes and myself. And then we bring on Tuesdays and Thursdays for Boogie with the Bull Uncensored. And then maybe, depending on how that goes and you're available, to some other broadcasts that we do. And hopefully you'll be invited. We work very closely with Jerry Michaels and the gang over at the Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and Saturday. Trying to speak. Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and Saturdays at 7 p.m. on the American Rebellion blogger page here on Facebook. If you want to watch, it looks like you have to go to the Dave Glovin profile, and then you'll see the red, white picture. Tap that. That will bring you in. That if you are watching Facebook. If you're watching on YouTube, you go to the Boogie with the Bull YouTube, and that will bring you into the live chat there. I didn't invite people to join me with the broadcast because I'm going to kind of spout a little bit this morning. So if you want to join Red Friday Morning Caffeine, let me know. We go live at about 10 a.m. Eastern on for about an hour and a half till about 11:30. Usually, sometimes a little later, sometimes a little earlier. Kind of just depends on who. Red Friday is that we learned from Bill Muckler. Every Friday, you wear a red shirt or a red ball cap or some article of red clothing. The men and women of the United States military, both here in the United States, protecting the United States and I guess our allied world and good stuff like that. Talk about that, and then we'll go into an open discussions broadcast. Anybody is welcome to bring something they want to discuss to the table, and then also look at the live chat to someone is watching and invite them to suggest things that they might want. I don't know if we will invite people on to join. Actually, we will. I'm just going to throw that when we're doing a Boogie with the Bull broadcast. It's Monday and Wednesday at 10 a.m., Fridays at 10 a.m. with Red Friday, the 7 p.m. Tuesdays and Thursdays. If there's anybody in the live chat and you want to join, all you got to do is come into the live chat for the link. Somebody will send you the link. You know ahead of time that you want to join that broadcast. Like I said, 10 a.m. Monday with Red Friday and 7 p.m. Eastern on Tuesday and Thursday evenings. Then, message me about an hour before each broadcast and let me know, or well and beyond. We use Restream. If you've never done a live broadcast before, given permission computer to use its camera or its broadcast. We will send you a link to Restream. You and I will go together into the studio and make sure you look fantastic. Everything is set properly. And then you're on the team and we will go live. And we feed groups on Facebook as we can. All of the groups that I am an admin of, looking at Rumble, we're looking at X. Both cost money, so I'm not sure or when we will do it, but we're still looking at Rumble. We're still looking at X. We're still looking at taking from it on a post everywhere we can when we, and then to the YouTube channel chat, which brings you into. Don't know for sure you will be able to use the YouTube chat is if we drop the link to the YouTube X. I don't know if you can use the just tweet out the broadcast. Then I could link it to my Boogie WT Bull profile over on X, but now they changed it and you have to go to X a month, like I said. And I just haven't factored it in. I mean, I could start merchandising, which I don't really want to do, and try to raise, I think it's $10 for Rumble, the $11, $21, $19 for Restream. That's like $30 a month, which is not hard to do, but it is a little bit tight. A professional shareholder of the Social Security Administration, but we do. We'll figure it out one way or another. You'll either see us live on Facebook while we're on live, and you will, or you'll see us we'll just start posting podcasts and watch when we're live, or watch the podcast. If you can't catch us when we're on live, watch it and comment into the podcast, and I'll get a note that you were watching and you commented, and I'll to find out where you said and act upon it. If you can watch us when we're live, 10 a.m. Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, and 7 p.m. Tuesday, Thursday, there's so much the better. Come into the live chat and be part of the fun. Anyway, I got this morning, and it's a continuous gripe. I really wish that the people that are to get tips as untaxable income, or hope that President Trump will sign an executive order that makes your non-taxable income until the Democrat president comes in, to do it. But realistically, the problem isn't really whether or not tips should not be taxable income. The problem is that when a tip is paid on a credit restaurant, they have to show it as income, and they have to show what it is if they don't want to pay tax. What they're doing, they're ringing up the card twice. They're ringing up the credit card, sure that it's going to be able to pay for the bill. Once they do that, they're ringing it up. They show the tip gets added to that amount, and then it goes. The accountants have to and show $60 was the meal, $25. The restaurant has to show the $25 for the tip to Ray Rhodes on his paycheck. Taxes in there. That is the way it has always been. The only way around that would be don't take tips on credit cards anymore. They hand your custody to you. You were still responsible to report it as tax as income. Whether or not you did is between you and the IRS. Personally, I think the IRS should be shut down. The only purpose for the IRS is to collect to the Federal Reserve Bank to pay back debts that have long been collected since most of us were even born, and some new bills that we're just not going to ever pay off. So personally, I think for that reason, the IRS should be shut down. We can figure out other ways to fund the government. And of course, it will be taxes, but it will be taxes on if you don't have a car or own a car, pay taxes. Registering your car, excise tax, which supposedly goes take care of the road. You should pay gas tax because you don't technically own a car. My wife and I own a car. I can't drive it anymore because I'm not a driver anymore, and I don't intend on being a driver anymore. But realistically, when we gas pump, we pay, I think, 76 cents a gallon. If we buy it in Middleburg, and I think it's a little higher in Jacksonville, where we $2.80 a gallon, $2.83 a gallon. That includes some gas tax that goes to the state. So pay some taxes to the government or scale down the IRS. That all it does is collect those. Make it like I've said, if you make $100,000 a year or less, you don't pay income tax. If you're on Social Security, you don't pay income tax because Social Security was collected as a tax so that you would have money retired if you didn't have any kind of retirement income. Or in my case, you go out on permanent disability. I get part of my Social Security now. Should it have been permanent disability income? I don't know. That's because it happened to me that I had to retire at 46. And, I'm entitled to some of that. I get a little bit less than I would if I was on straight Social Security. We can argue that point later. But realistically, tips have always been taxable income. And what really bothers me is that I only see that it is restaurant workers complaining taxes on taxable income, and anybody else who pays taxes or is supposed to be paying taxes on is kind of on their own. I manage limousine businesses, and if clients pay a driver's tip on a credit card and we gave it to the driver, they paid taxes on it. If a client gave, I'm assuming most cases, so we need to decide not that's going to happen, how it's going to happen, whether or not the House passes a bill that goes to the Congress, or whether Trump writes an executive order that says if you work in a restaurant and your tip is no longer taxable. And then, then that will be how it will be until they may change it or the next Democrat president probably. I really don't care. There are more important things going on here in the United States of America than really worrying about whether or not your tips are taxable and whether or not you might have to pay a few dollars on the tips that you get. It's more important to me that if you work in a restaurant and your restaurant requires you to take all of the cash tips that you get and put them in a bucket, and at the end of the shift, say there's 5 wait dishwashers and bus persons that are dishwashers also. you have to divide your tips with all of them because they don't make enough tip income. Not your fault. Honestly, not your fault. If you're a great waiter and a great waitress and people like you and they want to sit in your table and they ask to be seated at a table that is yours, that gratuity should be yours. Okay? It doesn't go to the bus person, it go to the dishwasher, it doesn't go to the and the line cooks. It's yours. Made the meal. I understand that, but they usually, well, the chefs usually get paid better than you do. The dishwashers and bus persons, they may get paid better than you. They may not. So if you want to throw them a couple of bucks for doing a great job of setting up your table and your customers leave, that's between you and them. My father business all of his life, on both sides, as an employee and as an owner. He once said to me that if a wait person of his ever tips a chef or the whatever you want to call him, the head cook on a shift, he would fire the wait person. He would probably also fire the chef for doing that because chefs play games in restaurants where if you don't tip them, your food is delayed getting out or something happens to your food and it ends up going back. We were out at a restaurant the other day, my son's birthday. All five of us were steak tips. I got a plate of 2 long strips of, I guess, was steak tips. It was lukewarm. I really didn't want to send it back. I was hungry. I really didn't want to send it back, but we had to send it back. When it came back, it was cut up in steak tips like it was, but still, it was still lukewarm. I was hungry. I really didn't want to wait any longer. I really didn't want to send it back a third time. So I ate it. So maybe that waitress doesn't take care of the kitchen staff with part of her tips, and maybe that's a place where you have to tip everybody, or maybe they do divide the tips. I don't know, and that one particular wait person didn't take part of that. I don't care. Your job is to make food and get it out in a timely fashion to all of the tables in the restaurant, whether you like the waiter or you don't like the waiter. In some restaurants, I guess when it's busy, they have extra help called, I guess, extra waiter comes up to your table and takes your order, sends that. They have expediters who pick up the food and bring to your table. Should you tip them separately? No. Should you tip a little bit more because of them? Probably. And make sure that you say to them, make sure that the who brought us the food checked on us and on top of you checking was taking care of us. Yeah, maybe you should tip the expediter too. But it tends to make me think that if your order in on a computer tablet to the kitchen staff and they're giving it to an expediter to bring out to you, maybe that's part of the kitchen staff, and maybe the chef should take a responsibility of tipping those people. I really don't know. The other thing I don't want to see, and I've seen it all over Facebook today, is pictures of bills. And it's the 20% tip, because if you look down, there's 4 percentage tips suggested. And if you look up, it says tip, and 25% or 20% matches the 20%. And then there's a line for additional tip. Wrong. If you put a tip on a bill That is not a tip. That's a service charge. A tip is money that a guest decides to give the wait person based on the service they feel they received, or not give you a tip based on the service they feel they received, or just not give you a tip. They're not required to give you a tip. Again, they are not required to give you a tip. There's no rules to say you have to tip. The day they put a sign up in the front of a restaurant that I walk into, and it says, 20% tip will be added to your bill, is probably the day that I will stop going to that restaurant, period. Because it's not a tip, it's a service charge. And there's a difference between a service charge and a tip. Like I started to say, tips are money that a satisfied customer decides to give you based on the service they thought they got. My father used to say to me, when you go out, keep 20% in your brain, that's what you plan on giving them. If things go wrong, you deduct a little here and a little there, and you give them what's left. I used to just give them the 20% because a lot of times it's not the wait person's fault for the delay. The kitchen can be very busy, and your order might have got delayed getting it out, or getting it done, or getting it done right. And that's something that, if it wasn't a busy restaurant that night and it was just on, and I might have said, although I probably wouldn't, can I talk to the chef for a second? And ask the chef to come out and say that, I had to send it back once. I should have sent it back twice. I don't know why I had to send it back once. Because I don't know how long it was sitting before they brought it out to me. And, again, tips are something that a satisfied customer gives you based on how satisfied they were. And if you count tip income, if you say, I'm going to make $75 at a restaurant, I need to make $125, so I've got to $50 tips, right? Or else I'm in trouble. You're in trouble. Because you can't count tip money, because tip money, again, you just can't count on it. You might have a situation where Dave Logan one day says, oh, I forgot cash. I can't tip you. I'll make it up the next time. Or just, I'm not going to tip you today because of whatever reason. We watched at an Oriental Asian buffet. Excuse me, Oriental is the wrong word, I guess. But at an Asian buffet that we used to go to a lot, we watched one day where the wait person came out chasing the person to their car saying, no tip, no tip, no tip, no tip. If it was me, I would have made the people with us waiting, if there was just more than me and Donna in the car, I would have made Donna wait, because I would have gone inside, found the manager, then found that wait person, brought them outside so the people wouldn't hear me yelling at them inside. Don't ever come chasing after me and tell me that I didn't tip. I know if you didn't get a tip that I didn't tip you. And I know that there's a reason why I didn't tip you. And I've played the tip game for the 40 years that I managed and owned limousine businesses, because people say, well, if you're the owner of a business, then, you don't tip the owner of the business because they get most of the money anyway. Well, for the 4 or 5 years, 6 years that I owned, I had customers, no, they were going to tip me anyway. And they tipped me very good because of the level of service that they got. I had some customers say their bill to go to the airport was $150. I had customers that would tip me $100, $150 because they were just that happy with me, my service, my car, and whatever. So it's just, you get what you get, and you factor that in. And if you're not making enough money to pay your bills, well, then maybe you got to get more shifts at that restaurant, or maybe get Maybe you have to be like everyone else in America and work 2 or 3 jobs. I know what to tell you. Now, that done, we're going to move on to Facebook, and fact checking stopped or is going. Well, I don't know if it is going to stop or it stopped, because yesterday a very good friend of mine who's an admin in a senior admin in informed me that they got 100 notifications in one group. It was pretty much fact checking. You know, Facebook decided to take the story down because they didn't like it. I don't want to hear that it was algorithms that did it. As fast as you can tell an algorithm what to keep, or you just destroy that algorithm and don't use it anymore. I personally do not believe that any true change to fact checking is going to happen on Facebook for a while, because I could be wrong, but I'm sure anyway, that Mark Zuckerberg and company was not expecting Donald Trump to win this election or ultimately become a convicted felon that would not be able to serve from jail if that's where he ended up. And if that had happened, that Kamala Harris was president-elect today, uh, Facebook would be getting ready to room on fact checking and censorship and deleting whatever the hell they want for whatever reason they want, until the day when Facebook members contact the FCC and file a class action lawsuit against the FCC and Facebook for Facebook violating Section 230 public forums of the Communications Decency Act of 19 must need to be rewritten if it's that old. That's simple. But in the other side of that is that if you're not happy with the way Facebook treats you, go someplace else or have someplace else. Come on to Facebook, do whatever you want to do on Facebook, leave Facebook and go someplace else for the bulk of your time. And if your friends don't follow you, well, then you got to come back to Facebook if you want every once in a while to talk to your friends. But realistically, I do not see anything from Meta that in any way indicates to me they are at this moment that they have stopped fact checking of any kind, and they're getting ready to implement a notes system via a contact moderation board. Because I don't believe for a moment that Mark Zuckerberg is going to invite me, a conservative patriot group owner of like 10 groups, as well as a conservative patriot admin in, God, I don't know how many groups. I get invited to groups only when to go and look at the group and realize that I'm not only am I in the group, I'm an admin of the group. But obviously they did not stop fact checking if that one admin had to deal with 100 notifications of things taken down by Facebook. And my bigger problem is I wish I could get Mark Zuckerberg on a broadcast right now and look at Mark and go, hey, did you pull the usual game when it comes to notifying admins that something is wrong and that Facebook took something down in their group? And he's going to go, what are you talking about? Well, what I'm talking about is you remove the name of the person who got the violation in the group, you slap on Facebook user, and it becomes a whole different game. And he's going to act stupid and say to me, well, what do you mean? Well, what I mean is I got all these groups on Facebook that I'm an admin in or a group owner of. I don't have any members named Facebook user. I can't remove them. It's an algorithm that I can't remove. That allows Facebook to keep spanking that group as long as they want. It allows Facebook, the more of these Facebook user group quality issues you have, to decide we're going to slow down your Facebook newsfeed. And to me, they don't really down. They just add more ads and they don't last as they should. There should be none of that. Okay? Every Facebook user group quality issue needs to be removed from every single group on Facebook. I don't care if you're political. I don't care if you're car guy groups. It doesn't really matter to me. Every single group on Facebook, public, private, whatever. Group quality needs to be removed so that Facebook no longer has the right to go into a group and remove what is in the group and slow down the news feed feeding into the Facebook news feed for the benefit of the member of your group. Okay? If you're really going to do it, don't just tell me you're going to do it. Do it when you come on. They had plenty of time, if this is what they were going to do, to have it set up, bare bones, ready to go, so that they could have just said, no more fact check. Yeah, there might be something that slips through here and there because we're stopping one system, have to learn a new system. No, wrong. 100 notifications that something has been taken. The other thing that bothers me about that, now, something on your screen that whoever posted something in your group and we're taking it, it gives you the time that they took it down, the day posted it in your group. What am I supposed to do? Through all 1,500 groups, find that person, go to their group profile so I can see what Facebook. I don't care if you stop. What I care about is you cannot send an admin or a group owner a notification that says you, period. You need to send a notification to the group admins and the group owner so that we can see it, so that we can look at it, so that we can decide if we want to take it down. That's it. To the members of that group. So when the group news feed from a private group goes into the Facebook news feed, the only people that see it are members of that group. A public group like Boogie, everybody on Facebook sees it because I set it up so that everyone on Facebook sees it and everyone on Facebook can participate in it. Everybody on Facebook to see it and everybody on Facebook. But in my private groups, the only people that see the private group news feed in their Facebook news feed are the people who are members of that group. And I see Randy Rhodes is in the live chat. Randy, I'm not going. Well, actually, I will, just because you gave me an opportunity to join on your words on your morning rant. So I'll give you the opportunity to come and join me and together. So give me just a moment for Messenger to open up, and we'll get to Randy Rhodes, and we will send Randy Rhodes the link. And so I've sent you the link, Randy. Let me get this open so I can see if you do in fact decide to join. I'll keep that open so I can see when you come in, if you decide you want to. I understand if you don't want to. It wasn't anything other than I was in kind of, and I didn't want to take over somebody else's broadcast, ranting ranting on my own. So, Randy, you're welcome to join if you want to come in and join. David Bray is watching. This didn't show up on my profile. It showed up the way that it often does. Yeah, it didn't show up as a post on my profile. If you go to my Facebook profile, you'll see the red circle, the red and white live. Tap my profile picture, and that brings you into wherever we are, so that you can watch. So, Randy, if you want, you're more than welcome to click in Messenger and come on in. I want to apologize. I didn't, like I just said, I didn't come in to yours because you were doing a rant, which I actually enjoyed listening to, and it was pretty much spot on. And I was afraid that if I came in, the rant master might have taken it over, and you didn't deserve that. I cannot hear you. Okay. Nope. Nope. Don't slap my head like that. No, I can't hear it. I don't know which. We'll give him a moment to see if we can. Nope. Nope. No. Nope. Nope. I can, if you want, you can come back in, but I'm not getting any sound. There you are. Well, you were there for a second. Well, just as you stepped out, you were starting to. Then you left, but come in and we will try. All right, Randy's back. Whoop, Randy, what?
Hold on. Can you hear me now?
Back
Huh?
now. Before you say anything, Friday morning caffeine is open. Only, and it's a sad reason that it's open. It has decided to retire from Red Friday Morning Caffeine, which was a broadcast, and I enjoyed having him on and getting his he is very close to becoming 90 years old and has lived a distinguished life. Everyone knows he was a Marine captain. He's written the 2020 books, 2020 Clear Vision for Our Future, the novel Six Soft Targets, the follow up to Six Soft, and at 90 years old, a busy guy, especially on our thoughts and prayers are with Bill, and it's to join us, as I said in the message. He is more than welcome to come on. Yeah, yep, that's Six Soft Targets, 2020 books. Bill's website I've been running. Finally, if you go to the Bill Muckler profile on Facebook, you will see it, or you can go to the website, which is 20. You can see it. It is numbers 2020 America.com. That should bring it into life. At 2020americabook.com is Bill Muckler's website. Go and I think you read some testimonials from people on anybody that hasn't bought Six Soft Targets and is reading it or read it or the 2020 books and has read them or is reading them. Uh, anything negative to say about books. And as I said, it's a sad day sad day for us here at Boogie with the Bull that Bill has decided to retire. But I understand, like I said, it's time and enjoy life.
Yeah, agreed. Agreed.
To do. Although, I mean, I'm going to be 126 years old, and I'll still be here doing podcasts, or I'll be sitting in a nursing home somewhere, living somewhere in a nursing home. Donna, the power cord, to my eyes, I'll just fire up Restream and think that I'm doing a broadcast.
Well,
but anyway, what do you got, Randy?
You're just going to sit there and talk and ramble like you're actually doing a show, and you're actually not broadcasting outward at all, and that's pretty sad. I mean, I saw.
Well, we are broadcasting. It's just you have to hit the live.
I meant
okay.
No. You're talking about being in a nursing home. That's what I'm saying. That you're in a nursing home.
Well, it was just because I'd be disturbing. I'm sure I would have to have a roommate, and the roommate might not want to be forced to have to go through my schedule as a broadcaster. Social Security will take your Social Security, and usually it will pay for whatever you qualify for, simply because they take the whole thing and they give you $100 a month as personal cash pocket. So I'm not expecting that I'm going to move into a 5-star illegal immigration hotel.
Yeah.
I'm not going to get my own. I'm not going to get my own room. So
yeah, I often wonder.
Even if I do get.
I often wonder. These illegals are being put up in these swank hotels where millionaires and Hollywood elite would go to back in the heyday of the hotel. I wonder what the condition of those hotels are inside.
Well, I would imagine that a lot of the hotels they went into were probably on the schedule that they would come up for a complete facelift, like every 5 or 10 years. I don't know. Most hotels, the franchises or even the company-owned ones, they come out and they do a rebuild. So maybe someone in the Biden administration was figuring, well, we'll rent them for now because they're not renting them because they're not renting out rooms right now, or they just won't rent out rooms because we offer to pay them 5-star prices for less than 5-star quality guests. And also, the federal government, I guess, should be on the hook if the residents of that hotel, which were illegal immigrants, it doesn't matter. If they were housing illegal immigrants there and they tore it up, they had a contract to house illegal immigrants there, and the residents tore it up, then it's on the government really to pay it back to rebuild it. Which is probably not going to happen under the Trump administration. But realistically, if the federal government is renting your hotel to house people and the government is paying for it, then the government is responsible
What
for
I
the
think's
damage.
going to happen is as Trump takes over the office and starts doing his thing, he's going to start kicking out all the illegals, especially from the swank hotels,
Right.
and uh, they have to be. They'll probably wind up being totally restored because of the
Yeah.
condition that they're in. Because let's face it, you're taking. I hate to say this. I'm probably going to catch hell for saying this, but
No,
you're
say it.
taking people who are used to pissing and shitting in the street and cooking in their inside their house, whatever, putting them into a swank, $5,000 a
Hmm.
day hotel. They probably don't know how to use the
Right.
bathrooms or things like that.
Oh, they know.
And
They know. They don't
so
care.
so
They know. I
I
mean, I
just
don't
see
care who.
them.
We're,
I just see it being that the hotel is going to have to be totally restored,
probably,
and
probably.
I kind of half half laughingly here think that this would be a good opportunity for Trump's family to take over the hotels and add them to the
Yeah,
Trump property line.
that or maybe Paris Hilton,
Yeah, that's
who
true.
Paris Hilton. I think Paris Hilton and her brother, and I believe their mother inherited a lot of stock when Baron Hilton passed away. I think, or if Baron Hilton has passed away, but I think they got it. But yeah, yeah, the big hotel companies, uh, Marriott might look at a lot of them and turn them into residence inns because it's like having an efficiency apartment, but it's not necessarily as long term a lease. But personally, I hope we take some we get. I hope companies go in and rebuild some, or perhaps even sell some to the federal government, and they start using some of them as homeless. And
Yeah.
it might have been a 5-star hotel that got trashed, but don't build it back as a 5-star hotel. Build it back, because hotels that work with the local housing authority aren't usually 5-star hotels. It's usually one or two buildings that aren't upkept the best. Uh, uh, and uh,
I just,
and a lot of it also is that there are some things that we just need to stop paying for. We do need to help people who can't afford to buy a home have a home. And you don't necessarily have to own a home. I don't really have any desire to own a home, only because my belief always was, if something broke down or something serious happened to it that had to be fixed, it's on the landlord to fix.
yeah.
You know, uh, I don't want to.
So,
I
well,
don't
that
want to
kind of
have
like
to deal
depends.
with
That
rebuilding
kind
a
of depends
bathroom.
on your on the property. Like right now, the house that we're in, um, uh, the rent just went to 1,500. Okay, thank
Okay,
God my Social Security is still above that, so where we can still stay here. But anything small that breaks down, it's on me to fix.
that's interesting.
Especially if I'm the one that broke it, or my wife,
Well,
whatever. Uh,
no, but I
Old
mean, like if
age.
your water heater blows out,
Well, see, that's the
that's on
nice
the
thing about.
landlord,
No, no,
right?
actually not, because that's the nice thing of being poor. I'm on the PP&L's list of being poor people, and so every so many years they'll come in and they'll replace the water heater for free, which they just
Okay,
did. They put in this
yeah,
beautiful water heater. They came in and they sealed up the windows and door frames, and they gave me fans for the summertime. Really nice rotating remote control fans. They gave us smoke detectors. They gave us those other detectors for gas. Got gas detectors. Yeah, so being under that poverty level has some benefits, other than the fact that you're kind of like listed. You're poor. Well, yeah, I am, but you know what? I'm living life good. We're not living in the street. We're not eating out of a cardboard box. So we still, are better than some people are, and I'm appreciative for what I have. But yeah, so I'm paying 15.25 now, I believe it is, uh, and he made it quite clear in the letter. Just so you know, Mister Rhodes, we could ask $2,000 for the house that you're in, but we're not going to do that. Okay,
If he could, he should.
well, I'll tell you this.
You know, just because he doesn't mean someone's
Yeah,
going to pay.
thankfully, my wife and my Social Security goes up every year, and so that yeah, I
$35.
was thinking like four. Yeah, it was like yeah, you're right. My wife's was 35, mine was 47, something like that. But it's still
Yeah,
$100 more than we had, so that offset the increase in the rent, which is we were thankful for. Once it gets to a
yeah,
point to where we can't live here, I don't know what the hell we're going to do. I really, really, and I'm not looking
yeah.
forward to that time frame. But yeah, at that point, I'll be really old. I'll be uh,
You're old. You're
well,
old
I'll be
already.
older.
I mean, next Thursday I will be 63, and you're older than
Yeah,
63.
I
I know
am. I
that.
am. I'm 68, I
Yeah.
believe. So
Okay.
then let's start. California. That woman's got me pissed off. The mayor of that city. She
Which city?
it's Accolades, California.
Okay.
It's a black Hispanic lady. She was on her way to a vacation in Africa when her city was burning down. I think she did the right thing and got stopped, but she wouldn't talk to anybody. She got with Governor Newsom, and they two together had a news conference, which I showed part of on my show today. But
Yeah.
uh, they don't care. They should realize that every year the same damn thing happens, and they should be prepared for it, and they're not. What that they
Yeah.
this Native American got upset because a teeny tiny ass fish was being killed off because of the water going into the reservoir. That Governor Newsom put a stop to it. Uh, but for that little
I,
fish, he's willing to let his people die, and so far 10 people have died.
I think they need to take water out of the ocean,
Yes, thank you.
but take water out of the ocean. I get it onto tank trucks, and then take the
Well, you're
tank
running
trucks.
pipes. Just do a pipeline.
Well,
Like,
no, there's not really time to do that. Take
well,
water
not
out
now, but for
somewhere
next year.
or a different, but right, but take water out routinely from different parts of the coast. Then you truck it to hold and in different regions of the state. And then when there is a fire, tanker truck it out to different areas, the fire, to work with different teams there. And as the tanks are, you hopefully are bringing more. I read one comment on a post, it might have been on your early broadcast, that evidently farmland can be hurt by salt water to put out fires because so it could mess up ground. But I don't know if it's true or not. They were talking about being able to desalt, take ocean water and desalt it. That, other than when we lived in California, that was decades ago. Other than the cost to the desalt plants was very expensive, but hey, what you need to do, then that's what, like I said, the water. You take the water out of the ocean, you get it into tanker trucks, you take it to a desaling plant, you run it through, desalt it, load it back up to trucks, and either park the tanker trucks around the state or put them into, tanks around the state, and then, as easily as you are maintaining those holding tanks, every once in a while, you got to refill tanks and desalt them, but state now, it's a Democrat state that places immigrants to be more important than immigrants and resident citizens. Highly weird. Let them do that to their state, and their representatives and their senators were okay with it. So of course, all of that's going to come back and bite you in the ass. But supposedly, Governor Newsom, told, I guess, there's no orders in 6 months ago. I haven't read into it to understand the whole story, but you can't own a house really and not have homeowners insurance on it.
Were you following the news today about Trump in New York and the outcome of his criminal case?
I scanned a few of the articles was going to happen, but Judge Mershon didn't allow any camera, and I couldn't find any of the clips that were Trump afterwards.
So what happened? So what happened was they found him guilty, but they didn't charge him with any type of time, fines, nothing like that. But it was left that he is now a certified convicted felon that goes on his record. But the Supreme Court justice already said that when it comes to them, they will turn it over. So it was just a matter of this judge doing what he wanted to do, and that was to be the one that did it.
Right. I said that on Jerry's broadcast the other day. He wanted to be, they assigned him that case, which should never have been his case because it wasn't a federal case, it's a state case. And that's, it should not have gone to federal court. It was the Democrats finding 34, maybe they could be a felony, maybe they won't, and hoping that one of them got him convicted. And then they realize, the Republicans are right. He can become a convicted felon and he can go to Rikers Island. And he can serve while he's at Rikers Island. And I personally think I wouldn't have wanted to see, I don't know how they would have gotten this if he had said, well, you know what, I changed my mind. He's going to jail for 4 years.
Yeah, that's what my concern was, that he was going to say, nothing's going to happen. I'm not going to charge him. He's not going to do any time. Not going to pay any. And then once you got him inside the court, the whole thing is going to change, and he's going to nail him to the wall.
Right. No. I think the Democrats told him, this is how you're going to do it. One possibility, he could keep pushing sentencing back until he's no longer president. So he could have pushed it back to 2029. President in 2029. The next inaugurated in 2029. So, but the problem in doing that, eventually, judge is just going to look at it and go, no. Or he's going to be, someone convict him as a felon. He's got rights to appeal. It will most likely be taken down in appeal. When it gets to the Supreme Court, while he's to assume that John Roberts is going to dismiss it. I hope that the Supreme Court Department removes Mershon from the bench. Mershon needs to be investigated anyway because his daughter had links to something that should should have kept him from being the judge. He's made campaign donations. Judge is not allowed to do. So, I guess the thing to do was, it's sad, but smack the gavel. You're away.
Yeah.
And it doesn't matter that a judge was going to dismiss it. I think, honestly, Mercer should have found him innocent because he doesn't have to accept verdict. So he could have just said, you know what, innocent, nothing's going to happen anymore, or you're innocent, but we're going to leave it so that Alvin Bragg can decide that he wants. Then he might have had grounds to go to Trump afterwards and say, you know what, we had this media spectacle. Either part work with the Attorney General and the Department of Justice to make sure and I can just go away.
I don't know anymore.
Because
we got what? Today's the 10th. 10 more freaking days. It'd be interesting to see what happens with the hostages because Trump told the guy in charge that he has to get them back before the 20th, or all hell is going to break loose. So we're 10 days from the 20th. So it'll be interesting to see what happens.
Is going to break out he's president-elect. He's not the commander-in-chief. It's limited. It's limited to what he can do. Speaker of the House. Trump doesn't have the authority. Trump doesn't have the authority really right now to say, I'm just going to go after him. When the Secretary of Defense, the two of you can just kind of decide, this is what this needs to be done right now. But he's not, I mean, I understand. He's saying he's capable of doing those things. But calls him before the House and says, you can be impeached because you did, and you didn't have our permission to do it. Or even if the House impeach him, I mean, the best thing we have right now is that everybody brings up impeachment in either body. Right now, we have enough votes to keep him from getting impeached. Because I gotta kind of wonder, I'm wondering if he's had if he's had conversations. Vice President Vance, become a convicted felon, I may just throw my hands up in the air and say, hey, I'm done. I don't expect that's going to happen. I do not expect that in any way is going to happen. But you never know.
You never know.
You never know. Did you see the video of Jimmy Carter's funeral? He evidently walked up and shook hands with Pence, and they laughed and joked for not a very long time, a couple of minutes maybe at the most, and then he walked past all of the other presidents, didn't Gore's hand, Vice President Gore's hand.
Who are we talking about?
Who's sitting? Jimmy Carter's funeral. Yeah, well, Jimmy Carter's funeral.
Who's shaking hands?
Trump and Melania walked in. Trump stopped and shook Mike Pence's. It looked fight. They were laughing and joking for,
Yeah, his
and
wife
then
didn't shake her hands.
he immediately walked to where Matt down. He sat next to Barack Obama because Obama
Yeah, yeah,
evidently walked past all of them and shook whatever hands he was
yeah.
going.
Him
And
and
then,
Trump
but
seem to begin buddy buddy.
he sat next to Trump, and yeah, they were laughing, uh, pretty much before it started. But
Excuse me.
well,
Yeah,
he's been the president for the last 4 years.
yeah. I guess,
If you
like I said,
believe
Obama. Like I
that,
said,
but I don't
Obama
know.
seemed to be pretty buddy buddy with Trump there, talking and laughing and carrying on, having a
Yeah,
good old time. I know Mike Pence's wife refused to shake Trump's hand.
yeah.
There's something going on. So there are some captions with images of Melania. What's wrong with Melania? Can you see it? And I couldn't see.
I'm sure
And
she
she
just didn't want to
wasn't.
be there. Not in any disrespect to Jimmy. I just don't think she wanted to be there because she was sitting in an area with people who have little or no respect for,
Yeah.
you know, when Trump to President Bush's funeral, George Bush and Obama were pretty, except there's one picture that Bush and Obama left enough room for Trump to be standing there. They took the picture anyway, and then there's one picture where they're all close together with Melania next to Obama. But I think she's had enough of the quote BS side of him being president. I tend to believe, as other people are saying, I don't know if she and Barron are going to live at the White House. I
I
really
don't
don't.
think so. I don't think so. After what they went through at
I
the
don't.
House.
I don't. She will do no. She'll vice whatever first lady duties that President Trump asks her to. But I don't believe be living at the White
Yeah,
House.
I don't see it. I don't see it. She might come there to visit, for her wifely duties to keep Trump happy. But I don't think she's going to
No,
live there because of what they did to her home. I mean, her.
personally, I think they shouldn't live at the White House
Yeah,
anyway.
yeah.
They should go live at Trump Tower in
That would
Manhattan,
that would
New
be a
York,
good that would be a good slap in the face
because
to all those in power.
because he he used it. Well, he used it when he was secretaries and important meetings over. Used Camp David. Uh, but and I'm not, like I said, I'm on the fence because I'm not 100% sure that our president should and the first family should be living at the White House anyway. It should just mean it should be your office.
It's supposed to be like a But it's supposed to be like a 110 room house is what it was. Is actually what they're living in.
Yeah,
And yeah, I don't know. I don't think they should be there. Just as a matter of everything that he went through with the FBI. I just can't wait. But we still got 10 days before he takes over the White House, and a lot of shit can happen between now and then.
yeah.
And not that what not that I want
I
anything to happen,
I
but
I don't think Kamala's going to do anything. Has been seriously kicked to the side by the Democrat Party for handling $1 billion and ending up $1,020,000,000 debt.
yeah,
That's not winning. Uh, uh, what I heard early on after was that she's thinking about running for California 2026.
Oh God.
Possibility of Senate in 2028. I, you know,
Calif-
good luck on either. And if
California.
California either, then they get what they deserve.
California needs a Republican. It seems like every city that is a shithole is run by Democrats. And I'm just sorry. California needs a Republican governor.
Yeah.
Right.
When we lived there, it was under terms as governor, and then the only one I remember, Edwin G. Brown Jr., who I believe was a Jerry Brown, who was a prior Attorney General, I believe, uh, was governor for a long time, and I don't remember. I don't remember after that.
Hmm.
Silicon Job Valley, which is really what is Silicon Valley. I just call it Silicon Job
Yeah.
Valley because I don't think it's anything like it was. It was back in the days when I was there. I don't, you know, I don't, I'm angry at them. I don't understand why we gave control of the uh, computer chip industry to China.
Yeah. Well,
Now I
again, that was the
hope we
Democrats
can give
doing it.
to Taiwan. Yeah, I hope we can give it to Taiwan just to. Well, I mean, we need to start making chips here again, but I hope that we can have Taiwan making chips. Uh, will China attack Taiwan?
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know if they will because we're we're going to embrace Taiwan. It'll still be a free, independent, sovereign nation, but we have embraced Taiwan and plan to protect them from China. And if you watch one of Trump's press conferences yesterday, he said, or they asked him when is he going to meet with Putin, and he didn't say when. Then they said something else, and he said that there are meetings planned with Xi Jinping from China. All of this is going to happen. I just have to get back into the office. You know, it'll be interesting to see what he and China's relationship really becomes once he's back. I don't know how important Putin is going to be. I think it may come down to it used to be Trump and Russia. I think it's going to be Trump, Russia, and China. I mean, Trump, China, and Russia. And we shall see what we shall see. Tonight is Friday, people. If you watch, the American Rebellion is on the American Rebellion blogger page here on Facebook at 7 p.m. Eastern. Randy is there a lot. I'm there a lot. Jerry Michaels hosts the broadcast. Nikki Young is there. William Lockett, who does things over on Wimkin, is there a lot. Robert Lawless is not on as much as he used to be, and Jen Woodruff has not been on lately.
Does Robert Lawless still work for the ski?
I believe he does, but I don't know how deep it is.
Because I know he does. I know every now and then he does the whole good rock and roll thing.
Yeah,
I would love to see him play
out.
Somewhere.
I would too. I very much would like to see him.
I know the one.
To see him. I joked one night that we need old cool guy, which is Jerry Michaels, lip syncing, but we need old cool guy to open for the Minnesota Madman, and I don't know who plays after the Minnesota Madman. Someone that Robert wants to play with.
I know the Robert
Uh,
shared that one video where he was invited on stage, but unfortunately, it was so loud that you really couldn't hear Lawless playing and singing, which is kind of a shame because they
yeah,
kind of like drowned him out. I mean, I'm sure the people
yeah,
there on the stage could hear him, but from where the person
yeah,
with the camera was, it made for poor audio. But he
yeah,
seemed to have a good time, and I just don't understand why he doesn't do it more often.
yeah, yeah. I still think the funniest the American Rebellion I have ever seen is one night. I wasn't on it. I was watching it. I believe. I don't believe that I was actually on it as a guest. But Robert Lawless came on dressed as Jerry Michaels,
Yes, I remember that.
and I don't remember the occasion. Uh, but ever since then, I've always wanted to get a hold of everybody else on Halloween, and come on Halloween, having everyone, including Jen, if she was on, dressed as
Yeah,
Jerry
I think
Michaels.
my computer guy has knows which video it was on that he could share. I'll
Okay.
have to ask him
Yeah.
about that one.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
yes, well, so I gotta jump off. I gotta concentrate here. I
All
got
right. Have you found any famous people yet related to the Glovinskys or the Sapperstones?
no, not yet. Working on it. That's like,
Okay. I want you to prove that Mark Zuckerberg and I are
oh,
not
that much
related.
I'm pretty sure I can. Yeah, I don't think you want to be part of that family. So I'll talk to you later.
All right. Okay, Randy, always a pleasure.
Yeah.
Randy Rhodes, All Roads Lead to Home Genealogy. Make sure you go to the Randall Rhodes Facebook page. Is there still an All Roads Lead to
Yep,
Home
yep,
Genealogy
yep.
group?
That's
The
yep.
the
That's
original
that's
one.
there.
Go to the original one. Take a look around. Prices are much lower than you will find from anybody that I know that does it on the internet, but I only know Randy.
Yeah.
Uh, but he did it for me a few years ago. Then I got mad at Randy over something stupid, and I deleted everything. So he's had to put
Back together.
everything
Yeah.
back
Put the
together.
it's
And
like he took the box of puzzle pieces and threw it up in the sky.
I took the box
Yeah,
of puzzle pieces and poured
yeah.
gasoline on it and lit a
I,
match. And when that was done, I poured diesel fuel
I
on it
will
and
say
lit a
this: I
match.
am loving this 920 820 high definition camera because the
Yeah,
video is phenomenal.
yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. I was talking with the same guru the other day, and I don't have it. The camera in mine is only
Did you get
720,
did you get
and
your new cable?
I did
So
get my
have you
new
seen it?
cable. How do we sound?
When I was downstairs in the living
Yeah,
room, you're breaking up pretty bad. But coming up here on my computer, your sound's really good.
good. I don't know why we
It
were
might have just
breaking
been a
up, but
Wi-Fi issue
the cable
for me downstairs.
could have been. Yeah, yeah, yeah. The quality of the internet service that we have right now is not always the best, but we do the best with what we got. But anyway, All Roads Lead to Home Genealogy, the original All Roads Lead to Home Genealogy group. Take a look around in there. Message Randall Rhodes and ask him questions, and he will give you more precise
I got
information, and you will
I have
enjoy.
one spot left
Go
open,
ahead.
and what I normally do is I do a freebie 15 to 30 minute search, and you'll be surprised what I can find within 15 to 30 minutes. I don't need any personal information. All I need is your name, birth date, city, state, the name of both of your parents if you want your parents involved, their birth date, city, state. If
Yep.
they're still living, their information is protected by law, so I'm going to need to know at least their parents' names. Once I have
Yep.
that, it's all horses to the race. And in about 15, 30 minutes, I can get all kinds of stuff. You'll be
Yep.
surprised what I can find.
Yep. Yep. All right,
Yeah.
Randy, always a pleasure. Let's see.
Yeah.
Tomorrow is Saturday. There might be something on Saturday tomorrow. I don't know. I have the availability to do something in the morning if I want. I'm not promising anything because I don't know I
Well,
don't know. I
we'll
don't
see
know
if
for
I'm
sure.
awake. Take
Next
care.
Friday, next Friday, Red Friday Morning Caffeine will be at 10 a.m. If you want to be on, you are more than welcome to be on. If William Rayfield can be on, because I know he works normally 4 a.m. to 1 p.m., but on the days that he's not working, if he wants to be on, he is more than welcome to be on.
You know what?
The only one that cannot be on is Bonnie Johnson, and I just won't go into reasons why Bonnie can't be on. Someone who I know and I trust very well sent me a lot of information, and so Bonnie can't be with us any longer.
Oh,
But
really?
but other than that, Jen, if she is up and available and wants to be on, William Lockett, anyone, so I can tell anybody. I think I'm going to just change it now to inviting the few people that I know will be likely to be on, and then just waiting for the other people to ask for.
Yeah.
It's a
You
lot
know,
easier to just follow Jerry's and just come on and start doing it, and hopefully people will either ask for a link or they'll just come on.
you know what would
Uh,
be neat to do a special on a Friday red shirt Red Friday,
yeah.
like a testament to Bill Muckler. He has enough stuff.
Well, he's still around.
Well, that's
He's
not,
still around. He
I,
just
I, I,
yeah
I didn't
yeah
use the right word, but
okay
like
okay.
a special to his because that show was primarily based around him, and he has
It was. It
and he
was
has this
completely
stuff
based
on his
around him.
Facebook. We do like a ceremonial kind of thing, like a roast, but something interesting about his
Yeah.
history.
It was it was completely built around him. Uh, he used to follow. He used to do Monday through Friday at 11 a.m. Then then he ended that and came on. I think Fridays. Yeah, came on Fridays with us, and it was every week. And I knew. I mean, I knew at some point it was going to end.
Yeah,
So it's sad that it did
it's a lot of
end.
work.
Uh, but
Yeah,
you
gotta go.
know, he was he, he was the man. But Randy's got to go. So Randy's got to go. All right. So Randy's got to go. Anyway, again, the schedule that we have with Boogie with the Bull broadcast are Monday and Wednesday. We have morning caffeine at 10 a.m. Eastern. Friday, we have Red Friday morning caffeine at 10 a.m. Eastern. And then we have Tuesday and Thursday Boogie with the Bull Uncensored. Everything is on my Facebook profile or the YouTube channel, Boogie with the Bull YouTube channel. There's a live chat there. There's live chat on my profile. Uh, and like I said, if you want to be on a particular broadcast, if you want to be on the 10 a.m.s, let me know about 9 a.m. and I'll get back to you right away because usually I'm awake. And I'll get back to you right away, and I will make sure that you get a link. The links go out about 9:45 or before. Same thing on Tuesday and Thursday. If you want to be on, let me know by 6 o'clock, and the links go out at 6:45 or before. And I do it two ways. If you want to come on after we roll the intro and then we go live, if you want to come on with that at 7 o'clock straight up, then I ask you to be in the studio by 6:45. Excuse me, 6:55 Eastern, and then we go. Otherwise, I just give you the link and say, hey, come on whenever you want. It's getting to the point where it's a lot easier to just do that, to just give people links and tell them when come on when they want. Because there's always something to talk about on the broadcast, and anyone is welcome to come and talk about anything that they want. One last thing, let me get down here to the live chat for a second. I want to highlight this. 2020americabook.com. That is Bill Muckler's website for the 2020 books, 2020 A Clear Vision for America, 2020 A Clear Vision for Our Future, and the novel Six Soft Targets. Six Soft Targets is a $20 donation which covers the cost of printing the book and shipping the book to you. The 2020 books are hardbound books, and the set is $25. You get both books sent to you. Bill always takes the books that you buy, and he will look around and see what he can find on you, and always tailors a very nice, I'm going to call it an autograph or something, I don't know, but a very nice note in the book from him to yourself. And Randy, I believe, has finished reading Six Soft Targets. I have not finished it. I need to read from chapter 5 to the end, but I will get it pulled out. And as I either finish reading what I have read, Randy and I and others that have it will discuss it each week, or we'll wait until I finish reading it and go with it. And then once we finish six Soft Targets, kind of going through that, I want to go through the 2020 books. And we may do it one of two ways. We may go through them either in order of chapter, or we may just go through in chapters that I want to go through that. I thought Bill had said that was how he was going to do it, but I misunderstood. So we will probably just assign a chapter, and if you have the book and you read it, then you're all set. We'll give it a little bit of a discussion each week until we finish it. I do know that in the books, the IRS goes away, the Department of Education, which Bill used to call the Department of Indoctrination, goes away. Bill supports the voucher system, where parents get a voucher that allows them to send you to the school of their choice, and the voucher pays for it. There are people I know that are on both sides of the equation, so maybe I'll find some that support it and some that don't. Some are afraid that the voucher will be used to get you out of where you are and into someplace better, and that the schools in your area could ultimately suffer if everybody is using their voucher to go someplace else. So I don't really know. Don't really want to get into much of a technical discussion on it right now. It is 3:25, and we've been on for just about an hour and a half. We've been watching Red Friday afternoon caffeine, which is normally Red Friday morning caffeine, and just a rant that I wanted to do. The tipping issue and it being taxable is going to go away, because once President Trump becomes president, he is going to write an executive order that says tips aren't taxable. Can't guarantee that in 2028, 2029, when J.D. Vance becomes the president, or a Democrat or an independent becomes president, that will stay there. Personally, I think the IRS needs to go away during the Trump administration. If you make less than $100,000 a year as an individual or a married couple, you don't pay any taxes, income taxes. Everybody pays taxes. We're always going to pay taxes. And what we're not paying in income taxes to the federal government, they will figure out another way to get more taxes from us. Maybe, I don't know, maybe Elon and Vivek will be very successful trimming out tons and tons and tons of government waste and programs that we really don't need anymore and shouldn't be paying for anymore. And that will free up money for programs that we need. I do not want to hear for the next 4 years that Social Security going the way it is could expire and run out of funds in 2035. It will run out of funds because every single president, I don't care if you were a Republican, a Democrat, an independent, or whatever, I don't care what you were, if you borrowed from Social Security or allowed Congress or whoever to borrow from Social Security, no, 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 it doesn't happen anymore. And if necessary, then Social Security and Medicare should be removed from the federal government, observed by the federal government, but moved out and privatized so that the federal government cannot get their hands on the money in any way whatsoever. And that's all I'm going to say, because if I start going on it much longer, I'm going to say, Bernie Sanders will go to his grave trying to pay $100 an hour eventually. And, bull crap. I don't want to hear it anymore. Everybody is busting their hump to make sure they get the raise that they want. And my Social Security check went up $35. My elected representatives, our House rep and our senators from Florida, got somewhere between a $60,000 and $70,000 raise.
You got your stuff.
The only way they should have gotten that raise is if my Social Security went up to somewhere between $60,000 and $70,000 a year. Okay? They have had 63 years to use to bank and collect interest security that I paid before they started paying me. So I don't feel bad that, and I don't feel bad that there weren't babies born for a long period of time and there weren't people getting their first, people weren't paying into it as fast as we needed that to happen. Some things at Social Security need to be reviewed, and all of the fraud and scams and illegal BS with Social Security and Medicare need to be fully investigated by Elon and Vivek. And if a president borrowed money and his administration didn't pay it back, then the next president of that party is responsible to make sure it gets paid back. And I don't know how, other than, it needs to be returned. And then, like I said, it should be privatized so that at least the government watches over it and makes sure everybody gets their checks like they're supposed to. But other than that, get it out of the hands of the government. The government doesn't need to be in my health insurance company. Anyway, it is now 1:34, so we're going to call this edition of Red Caffeine end. You've been watching Red Friday Afternoon Caffeine, a copyrighted presentation of the No Budget Broadcasting Company, and we hope to watch Red Friday Morning Caffeine at a usual time, 10 a.m. Randy Rhodes will be there. I will be there. We'll look around and try to find anybody else who wants to be there and have them live, or shortly after we go live, people can join. If you're watching to go live, and I mean anybody, really, okay? Come on and be part of a panel because of your blessing. You are more than welcome to come on. I hope I find our broadcasts. They want to do any of the three morning caffeines, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 10 o'clock that they can do, either two or the Tuesday, Thursdays. And, I feel good that we were able to bring Chuck Cook up through the Boogie with the Bull broadcast into the American Rebellion when he can be there. As I am able to do that, I hope to continue to do, because there may come a day, you never know, when Boogie with the Bull broadcasts are too much for a guy with Lewy body dementia, Parkinson's, bipolar, and it might just be easier to be a guest from time to time. Anyway, I'm Dave Globin. You're Not Planned. I want to thank William Grant for watching, Dave Globin for watching, Randy Rhodes for watching, David Bray. And that is important to us. If you like the podcast, give it a thumbs up. Pass it around Facebook. Once you share it off of Facebook, go like it with the YouTube channel and take it from there and share it everywhere you can. I am looking for people who watch the broadcast, like the broadcast, and want to take it from the YouTube channel. Go to the Boogie with the Bull YouTube channel and find the most recent broadcast. Retweet it on your followers will take it and retweet it on their X profiles, and hopefully people will maybe leave X for a time we're live and come watch it on the YouTube channel, or if they're still on Facebook, watch it on Facebook. Maybe, I don't know, one of these days I am going to just have to say, hey, I need some people to help me raise an amount of money that can just be used for paying for X and paying for Restream. I pay for Restream out of my pocket, and I will continue to pay for Restream out of my pocket as long as I can. But we do need to be some places where we have to pay and a lot of places that we don't have to pay. So if we can do that, more people will watch, and everybody will be informed and cast because they'll think more people are watching. So I thank everybody who watched. Please watch this as a podcast. If you liked it, give it a thumbs up and a comment why, and then take it and share it all over Facebook and the YouTube channel. Take it from there and share it everywhere you can. And if you're going to do that on a regular, give you all kinds of accolades on the live broadcasts, and you can probably earn some Boogie with the Bull gear. There is a 40-ounce black thermal cup with our No Bullshit logo coming out very quickly, very soon in the summer, but very quickly sometime, but coming out very quickly. If you want, if you drink coffee, ceramic mug, and you really want a ceramic mug, we have the ceramic mug. If you hold it in your right hand, everyone knows it, who supports President Trump, MAGA, America First, and all of that. And if you hold it in your left hand, everyone knows that you are a leftist, communist, wingnut socialist who watches Boogie with the Bull programs, hopefully looking for something to argue with us about. That mug is $20. It's $10 for the mug, and it's $10 for the shipping. You go through Jen Woodruff, and she will tell you where you can go to buy it. It's on a website that Jen is on, or it's on Jen. I don't remember exactly where. We do not make any of the ceramic mugs. I just wanted one, sell it, and occasionally maybe drink coffee out of it. I don't make anything off of those. I don't really want to merchandise stuff to get you to watch or be able to live stream to different social media networks. I really just don't want to do it. If I have to, that's what I'm going to do. And if otherwise, I'm going to have to just come on and say, hey, X is going to cost us $150 a year or whatever, and I just need some people that will help me be able to do that. Whatever. We try to look for places that we don't have to pay anything, like Truth Social. We don't have to pay anything. We want to use the YouTube channel and post it there. Gab, we don't have to pay anything. We can use the YouTube channel and have YouTube live chat there. Streetlock, we can use the YouTube channel and they get YouTube live chat too. So I did finally learn countdown. So I can set tab and then we'll roll the intro and go into the broadcast, but that will give me the time to take the link from the YouTube channel and pass it around and hopefully help build more live views on the YouTube channel. Anyway, I really enjoyed this. I'm rambling and rambling and rambling. I'm a little over caffeinated right now because I drank my coffee later than I should have. But as I said, tomorrow is Saturday. I don't know if there will be a Boogie with the Bull broadcast. When I wake up in the morning, there either will be or there won't be. I want to thank everybody at Restream. I want to take a look. Okay, the Brownlees show up on my profile page. Restream says that it is on Facebook's end that it takes that long. So if you ever come to my profile page when we go live and you don't see a post for the broadcast, look on my profile picture. And if my profile picture has a red ring around it and it says live, then all you have to do is touch my profile picture where it says live, and it will bring you into wherever the broadcast is. That's just the things that we have to do. We are not perfect. We are not the biggest. We are not the best. We're somewhere in between, just doing this, getting people on to share their views, coming on and sharing my views, laughing when we can, crying when we have to. And, one day soon, unfortunately, it'll come that I won't be able to do this anymore. And I don't know what will happen at that point. So we're going to just keep doing it as long as we can with people that we enjoy doing it with. So tonight is Friday, 7 p.m. I always say downstairs on the American Rebellion blogger page here on Facebook is the American Rebellion at 7 p.m. Somewhere till somewhere between 8:30 and 9 o'clock on most nights. Overtime does happen every once in a while, but even Jerry, I think, has said that it's pretty limited these days. But 7 p.m. to somewhere between 9 p.m. Eastern on the American Rebellion blogger page, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and Saturday nights, you will see Jerry Michaels, Nikki Young, Robert Lawless, the Minnesota Madman. You will see Randy. You will see me. You will see Jen Woodruff. You will see Chuck Cook. You will see William Lockett from the William Lockett broadcasts over on Wimkin and Facebook. I believe he's on Facebook, but you will see a lot of people that have an informed or uninformed opinion, and you decide for yourself what you want to believe. And to the best of my that you're watching and you want to come on to the broadcast, he will send you a link. My suggestion is you come on to the link. You first thank Jerry for bringing you on. You calmly, rationally have a great time. You laugh when you laugh. You don't yell at people. They won't yell at you. And everybody just has a good time sharing the thoughts of the day and the thoughts of the minute. and or whatever else. Just a bunch of people who enjoy doing what we do. None of us get paid for it. At least as far as I know, none of us get paid for it. I don't want to get paid for it. Don't want advertisers on the broadcast. Yes, we do have to raise some money every now and then. And I'm not sure how to go about it because I don't really want to say, hey, William Grant, I need blah, 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 this amount. Can you send in this much? Randy Rhodes, can you send in this much? I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. My belief was that I would pay to do this for as long as I can until I don't have to pay for it because somehow it's making money. I really don't want to advertise stuff that we're selling all the time and have to sell stuff and worry about that. But if if the only way to get the money for X and to get the money for Rumble and to get the money for other places where we have to pay that we want to be on, it may kind of be like the ASPCA commercial, send in $50 and you get this bag full of all this wonderful stuff. And we appreciate your donation. It may be the same kind of thing. You get a thermal coffee mug and a coupon for buying coffee from some coffee vendors we want to start plugging or something. I don't know. But I hate asking for money. I don't get paid. I don't want to get paid. Even if we could afford to pay me, I wouldn't want to get paid. I'm just not here to do it. Would like to have the money to be able to travel, get invited to go to things all the time and speak as Boogie with the Bull, or just be there and broadcast it as Boogie with the Bull. And I can't do that. If you want me to go to someplace, please let me know, because I'm going to turn it around and say, hey, I dementia and I've got Parkinson's and I'm bipolar and this and that and the other stuff. And it's just safer for me to be here in my bedroom studio and broadcast it live. But I will go, I'll set up a live broadcast with you anywhere. Even if you're out waving flags, John Johnson down in West Palm Beach and Palm Beach. I keep telling them every Friday when they go out for their flag thing, let me know. Even if you have to aim at the flags behind you and turn it around, and so that I want to show people what you're doing, because if you're doing it, maybe somebody else will go and do it. Okay? This together. Okay? All in this together. And right now it's America first and the Republicans' time to show we think it should be done. We have a unique situation. The majority of the House, we have the majority of the and vice president in the White House. We have a Republican attorney general coming in, and it's just time to clean up the mess left before. But anyway, it's time to go. So catch me tonight. I'll be on the American Rebellion, 7 p.m. on the American Rebellion blogger page. Bye-bye.